Recorded accidentally, the words of BTS's Jin's mother immediately shocked the army around the world. What really happened behind that shocking moment? Why does that simple sentence make millions of hearts silent in emotion, confusion, even fear? Are these big signs about the future of Jin and BTS that have never been revealed? Get ready, because you will see another side of the story that you never expected before, on camera. What did Jin's mother say to make the army silent? What exactly happened? Have you ever imagined that a simple sentence, spoken in an instant, can change the mood of millions of people around the world? Do you believe that there is hidden power in the words of a mother, let alone the mother of one of the greatest boy band members in all of history? If you think that everything that happens in the world of K-pop is always controlled, full of scripts and fabrications, then what happened recently will completely turn everything you believed in upside down on a seemingly unremarkable day. At a closed-door family event attended by those closest to BTS's Jin, an amateur camera captured a rare moment, a casual conversation between Jin and his mother. But what happened next was no ordinary conversation. Not just a light joke or a loving greeting. What sounded exactly made the fans' heartbeat slow down, as if the world suddenly froze for a moment. Those words. No more than one short sentence. But the impact? Like a hurricane. Jin's mother, in a low but meaningful voice, said something that no one had expected. Don't take too long. We are all ready if you choose your own path. What does your own way mean? Is this about a genie who might decide to leave the entertainment world after being discharged from the military? Is this a signal that BTS's career, at least for Jin, will not go as we expect? Or is there something bigger going on, something that has never been revealed to the public? When a clip of this footage leaked and spread in the ARMY community within hours, a wave of reaction exploded. Some try to calm down, considering it just a word of support from a mother to her child who has been struggling in a harsh world for a long time. But there are also those who cannot help but fear, considering how heavy the burden that Jin has carried all this time. Why did the Jin seem to bow their heads when they heard that? Why didn't he immediately reply or smile as usual? Is there something he's hiding? Is he tired? Or even worse, has he already decided on something that we have been afraid of all this time? As more and more snippets of footage and photos from the event emerge, one thing becomes clear. This is not a made-up moment. This is the truth recorded and censored, unfiltered. This is the love of a mother who speaks in the language of silence, in the language of tears that do not have time to spill. In another video that emerged hours later, Jin is seen talking to her father in a corner of the room, away from the camera. No sound was recorded, but from his facial expressions, from his tense body movements, many armies speculated. Is it about a heavy decision? Is Jin asking for blessings? Or just say something surprising? Could it be about Jin's desire to leave BTS? Breaking new ground in his simpler life, away from the spotlight, away from the pressures of an industry that never ceases to demand? If so, what about the promise of BTS forever? What about their dream of continuing together, even after all the storms have passed? Question after question kept popping up. Why is it precisely her mother who speaks of readiness for a breakup? Why not Jin himself? What does "we are all ready" mean? Does the Jin family know something we don't? Have there been decisions made secretly behind the scenes, without us realizing it? While wild speculation circulated, there was one thing that could not be ignored: Jin's expression. Not the bright smile he was used to showing, not the confident look that was always uplifting, but something deeper, darker. It's like saying goodbye, even without words. There are also rumors that Jin might consider staying abroad after finishing with all his official contracts. There have been vague reports that he has spoken to the agency about options to reduce his involvement in the entertainment world. But is it true? Are we really ready to accept this reality? What about the other BTS members? Do they know? Have they already talked about this? Is this why in recent interviews, Jimin and RM often seem emotional when mentioning Jin's name? Is this actually a sign that we have been ignoring all this time? Could there be something even bigger? A secret about the pressure that Jin has faced over the years. a pressure that even the most loyal army has never fully understood? Have we demanded too much from a man who just wants to be happy, who just wants to live? Or is there another, more surprising possibility? Does it have to do with a health problem that has been hidden for so long? A warning from a mother who feels how fragile her son is behind all the glitter of the entertainment world. As time went on and this news continued to shake fan communities around the world, one thing became clear. Whatever Jin's mother said that day, it had opened the door to a world full of uncertainty. A world where love, sacrifice, and big decisions collide in silence. A simple moment, a short sentence, has changed everything. And now, the biggest question hanging in the air, haunting every army around the world. Is this the beginning of the end? Or could this be precisely the beginning of something bigger, more beautiful, and more liberating for Jin and BTS? We can only wait, and hope, and pray. But one thing is certain. After that night, after that sentence, nothing will be the same again. Do you feel the tension that slowly pierces the heart? Do you wonder why, after years of accompanying Jin and BTS's journey, a moment as simple as this feels like a hard slap that wakes us up from a sweet dream? Nobody was ready for this. No one really anticipated that behind Jin's gentle smile, a much deeper, darker, and more heartbreaking story was hidden. And now, all of that is beginning to unfold little by little, like a tangled thread that is finally being forcefully pulled to the surface. Some army tried to convince themselves that this was just a misunderstanding. They said, maybe Mother Jin is just talking about a small decision about something that doesn't really mean much. But is it really? If it was just a small decision, why did Jin's face look as if it was bearing the weight of the world? As the clip continued to spread, some witnesses began to raise their voices. A distant relative, identified only as N, said in an online forum, "I can't tell you the details, but trust me, something big is going to happen. And not everyone will be ready for it." What does that mean? Something big? Is this more than a personal decision? Will this shake the foundation of BTS itself? More surprisingly, one of Big Hit Entertainment's longtime staff, who has worked closely with the members for over a decade, provided an anonymous leak to a Korean fanbase blog. Jin has been struggling with a lot for a long time. Pressure, expectations, guilt. He endured it all in silence. He was a man who didn't want to disappoint anyone. But even superheroes have limits. Have we been blind all this time? Was our love, our support, and our enthusiasm all this time precisely the burden that squeezed his chest? While ARMY is trying to find certainty, other speculations have sprung up. Some claim that Jin may want to pursue a more private life, perhaps a family, or even start a new career away from the entertainment world. A Twitter user with a well-known insider account, who once accurately leaked BTS's draft schedule even before it was officially announced, made a shocking statement. Get ready. Jin will make the most courageous decision of his life. Something that will both make you proud and break your heart. Prepare to be proud and a broken heart? Is there a decision in life that can cause those two extreme feelings at once? The ARMY began to imagine the worst possibilities. Will Jin retire? Will he leave the entertainment world without an official farewell? Will he start a new life completely separated from the world of K-pop? Or is it about something much darker? Is it possible, as a minority of fans fear, that Jin has long struggled with serious health conditions, both physical and mental, that have never been made public in order to maintain the image of the group? One conspiracy theorist even mentioned that BTS's solo projects in recent years are part of a transition plan, so that if one of them can no longer continue, the group still has a strong foundation to survive. This theory sounds wild, even cruel, but in the context of these events, the question hangs like a fog. Was everything planned so long ago? Why in recent months, Jin has been seen more often alone backstage? Why in her last interview did she talk about wanting to be a human being and finding small, everyday joys? Are these all the little things we've been ignoring? In the midst of this storm of rumors, Big Hit Entertainment chose to remain silent. There is no official statement. There is no clarification, no defense. This silence, instead of alleviating worry, increases fear. And while we're all busy guessing, another new video clip appears that I end the video. Jin, staring blankly out the window, is heard muttering quietly, "If I finally choose my own path, I hope you guys stay happy." The sentence, although spoken almost like a whisper to himself, sounded like a thunderclap in the middle of the night. How can someone who has given so much now speak as if he is ready to give up everything? Does that mean he feels he has had enough? Does this mean that he is ready to leave all this? All th.